The lights hit her face, soft and golden, and for a moment you see it. The poise, the wit, the class, the kind that doesn't fade. No matter how many birthdays roll by, she's standing there smiling that one-of-a-kind Diane Keaton smile. The kind that says, I've seen life, I've lived it, and I'm still laughing. You can almost hear her saying, honey, aging isn't a curse. It's a privilege. Now listen, y'all. Hollywood has never been kind to women who grow older. The rules are different. Men get called distinguished. Women get called past their prime. But Diane, oh, she looked Hollywood right in the eye and said, prime, I'm just getting started. She never fit the mold. Not when she wore those baggy suits, not when she kept that signature hat, and not when she chose to walk her own road instead of following the crowd. She wasn't out there chasing headlines, chasing trends, or trying to stay 25 forever. No, she was too busy becoming timeless. See, the thing about Diane Keaton is this. She turned every wrinkle into a story, every laugh line into a memory, every gray hair into a crown. While the world was obsessed with filters and fillers, Diane was teaching us something else. Authenticity, realness, the beauty of being exactly who you are without apology. And that's something the world needed, because in this age of perfection, she showed imperfection and made it glow. She didn't just act, she inspired. She didn't just dress, she owned her style. That black and white suit, the turtlenecks, the gloves, the charm. It wasn't fashion, it was armor. It was a statement that said, you don't have to fit in to stand out. Now, imagine this scene. Diane sitting on her porch, wide brim hat, cup of tea in hand, looking back at the decades she's lived, the laughs, the heartbreaks, the movies, the moments. I didn't do it all right, she might say, but I did it my way. And isn't that the lesson we all need to live our lives in a way that feels honest, to grow older and not fear it, but celebrate it? Because if there's one thing Diane Keaton has proven, it's that time doesn't take your shine away. It reveals it every year, just polishes the diamond a little more. So if you're watching this right now, take a second. Think about what you've been running from the mirror, the years, the pressure to be perfect. Then take a page out of Diane's book and say, I'm not running anymore, I'm embracing. Because true beauty isn't about youth, it's about truth. And that's what makes her a legend, not just an actress, but a teacher, a symbol of confidence, creativity, and courage. So honor her story, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and remember, it's not about staying young, it's about staying you. Because Diane Keaton didn't just teach Hollywood how to age, she taught us all how to live. Now picture this, Diane, sitting in a quiet corner of her home, walls lined with photographs, not awards, not posters, not trophies, but memories. Moments frozen in time, a smile from a co-star, a sunset after a long day of shooting a letter from a friend long gone. And she looks at them with that same twinkle in her eye, the one that says, yeah, I've lived. You know, what's funny? Some people chase fame their whole life, but Diane, she chased meaning, while everyone else was worried about who's trending. She was out there building a life that mattered. She didn't just want applause. She wanted authentic connection. You see, there's a strength that comes from walking alone. Sometimes a strength that doesn't make noise. Diane had that kind of quiet power. She didn't need to be the loudest in the room, because when she walked in, the energy changed. That's presence. Baby, that's class. And let's talk about love for a second. Oh, she had her share of it. The romance, the heartbreaks, the lessons. But you know what? She never let love define her. She defined love on her own terms. She said, once I never married, because I didn't want to give up my independence. That's powerful. Because in a world that tells women they need someone to complete them, Diane said, "I'm already whole." That's what made her story different. She didn't live by the script. Society handed her, she wrote her own. And that's why her legacy is bigger than any movie role, bigger than any red carpet moment. It's about freedom. Freedom to age, freedom to laugh, freedom to live unapologetically. Now imagine you're sitting right across from her. She leans back, takes a sip of her tea, and says with a grin, "The secret, darling, is not caring so much about what people think." And you can't help but smile, because deep down you know she's right. That's the kind of wisdom that hits you. Not like a whisper, but like a truth you've always known, because the older you get, the more you realize life isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. And that's Diane Keaton's gift to the world. Her courage to show up as herself, no matter what. So if you're out there watching, feeling like you've missed your moment, stop. Your moment didn't pass you by. It's waiting for you to show up as who you truly are. Because Diane didn't wait for permission to shine. She gave herself the green light. And so should you, you know. Hollywood has a funny way of forgetting people. Once they stop fitting the picture, the lights dim, the roles get smaller, and the phone stops ringing, but not for Diane. See, she didn't need the world to remember her. She remembered herself. That's rare. While the industry was busy chasing youth, Diane was building something. Time couldn't touch authenticity. She didn't chase the next big thing, she became. She made aging look fearless. She made self-respect fashionable. She turned being herself into an act of rebellion. You ever notice how her laughter fills a room? It's not the kind that fades when the camera stops rolling. It's real. That laugh says, "I've been through it all. The pain, the love, the loss, and I still choose joy." And isn't that what life's really about? She once said, "I stay busy, so I don't have time to think about how old I am." But the truth is, she's not running from age. She's dancing with it every day, every year. Every wrinkle tells a story of courage, a story Hollywood couldn't script if it tried. And that's the lesson she leaves for all of us. Don't wait until the world tells you you're beautiful. Don't wait until someone gives you permission to live boldly. Just do it. Stand tall. Wear your years like a medal, not a mask. Because beauty isn't something that fades. It evolves. If you're watching this right now, maybe you felt unseen. Maybe you felt like your best days are behind you. But let me tell you something. If Diane Keaton has taught us anything, it's that your story doesn't end when the world stops clapping. It begins when you start believing again. So take a breath, smile at the mirror, and say, "I'm still here, and I'm still becoming." Because that's what she's done, time and time again. Diane didn't just grow older, she grew greater. Now, let's talk about something we all face, but rarely embrace: time. Can't stop it, can't slow it, can't reverse it, but you can own it. And that's what Diane Keaton did. She didn't let time define her beauty. She let it deepen her soul every year, every chapter, every scar. It all became part of her story. You ever notice how some folks spend half their life trying to hide the fact they're getting older? Not Diane. She wore it like an honor badge when people said she should tone it down. She turned it up when they said she was too eccentric. She said, "Good, I'm not trying to be ordinary." That's the kind of boldness that changes people. Because sometimes you don't teach with words, you teach with example. Diane showed the world that aging isn't about losing something, it's about gaining wisdom, peace, and a sense of who you really are. And the beautiful part, she never stopped being curious. Even in her later years, she was out there trying new things, directing, writing, creating. She said, "You don't stop growing because you get old. You get old because you stop growing." That's deep, and she meant every word of it. Now, imagine her standing in her garden, at sunset, soft music, playing in the background, that little half-smile on her face. Not because she's thinking about what she's lost, but because she's grateful for everything she's lived. That's not sadness, baby. That's peace. And if there's one thing she'd tell you, it's this: stop wasting time wishing you were younger. Start using time to become better. Because at the end of it all, it's not the years in your life that matter. It's the life in your years. So if you're watching this right now, don't let fear of time steal your joy. Let Diane's story remind you, you don't need to be 20 to shine. You just need to be you. Because the truth is, Diane Keaton didn't defy aging. She redefined it. Thank you for watching. And if this story touched your heart, honor her message by subscribing. Keep her light alive. Keep believing that grace is not about how long you live. It's about how deeply you do. You know, when you look back at everything she's done, the laughter, the movies, the risks, the reinventions, you realize Diane Keaton didn't just live a career, she lived a movement. She turned the idea of getting older into a badge of honor. She made it cool to be confident, fearless, quirky, and real. She made it okay to stand alone and still shine like a star. See, there's something about her presence that feels like home. The way she talks, laughs, dresses, it's like she's reminding us that life doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful. And that's why so many people connect with her, because she doesn't pretend. She's proof that you can be successful and humble, famous and human, iconic and still grounded. And if you've followed her story long enough, you'll notice something: Diane doesn't chase relevance. Relevance chases her. Because when you live with truth, the world never forgets you. Her name isn't just written in movie credits, it's written in the hearts of people she's inspired to age boldly, live freely, and love themselves a little more each day. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, honor Diane's message by subscribing to the channel.